Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan and welcome to Objectivity. Today we're looking at the Build-A-Bear Ghostbusters bear. This is a limited edition item that Build-A-Bear is doing right now, and I took my family to the mall the other day and we put together our own Ghostbusters bear, and I'll go through all of the things that you can customize with this and that we opted to get, and not much that we opted not to get with this one as far as the exclusive Ghostbusters stuff. But if you've never been to Build-A-Bear before, I'll briefly explain to you how that works. Most of them are in malls. I don't know if there is a freestanding Build-A-Bear anywhere, but I've done this a couple of times with my son Jason. He has a Dark Knight monkey, a monkey that has a Dark Knight t-shirt. They also had, and I guess they still do this, they also have Batman suits that you can put on some of their stuffed animals. But we got a monkey there. They used to be, when I was a kid, I remember, I think they just did bears, and as they've done more licensed stuff, they've also done other kinds of animals. And Jason also has a Ninja Turtle from there, which is cool, but I don't really understand as much the point of customizing that, because it's just a Ninja Turtle. Like, you can opt to get the weapons for them or not to, but basically it's just a Ninja Turtle, and then you decide how much fluff you want to put in it, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you saw that anywhere, you'd be like, oh, that's a Ninja Turtle, and it would never occur to you that it was a custom thing. And I guess that's sort of true of this also, but at least this is a thing where you could get the Ghostbusters jumpsuit and put it on any other animal they had that it fit, so you could customize this more than we did. We pretty much opted just to get the bear that was on the display, and that's, as you can see, the Ghost Bear, or what I'm calling the Ghost Bear. My wife immediately, when I said that, said, well, they just made him look scared. I'm like, no, look at the Ghostbusters logo. That is a Ghostbusters logo bear. Look at the nose, look at the eyes, and of course, obviously, the mouth. So as I'm talking about this and moving him around, I'm going to try to keep the proton pack together. Whoops. That's the one thing that's really kind of... Okay, I'm just going to pull it off for now, I suppose. That's kind of problematic about this thing is that it's difficult to keep the proton pack together. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Like I said, limited edition thing that they have out right now just for the new movie, and he is super cool and super fun, and I'll show you all of the things that we did with him. So when you go to Build-A-Bear, you pick a bear, and you pick basically a bear skin, and then you put the fluff in it yourself with a machine that they have, and you can decide how stuffed, how kind of, thick or skinny you want them to be. And then they, for kids, try to make it kind of a special experience. So it's not just you get a bear and leave. You're kind of imbuing it with a life of its own. And so, it feels... I could see people going in and feeling like it seems a little bit sappy or, overly cutesy or touchy-feely or whatever, but I think it's fun for kids. You get a little heart, a little stuffed heart that you put inside of it, and of course, it's in here. You'll just have to take my word for it, because, he's sewn up now, but you always put a heart in it, and that makes it feel special for kids, and like they've kind of given it a life of its own, and it's supposed to, feel like a special experience for them. And then after that, you can, put different things on your bear. You can give him clothes, and sometimes there are other sorts of accessories and things. And these days, you're able to put sounds in them, and they also do smells now. And I immediately thought that was really silly. And it was like, and of course, these things are all add-ons. Build-A-Bears are not cheap, but I think they're fun. I think it certainly can be worth it. The smells are like $3.50, and I wouldn't have done that, and I ended up not doing that, but the lady that was helping us put this one together didn't mention that they did a marshmallow smell, for the Ghostbusters bear, and I guess you could get that done for any of them, but specifically they did that for Ghostbusters, of course. And I didn't find out about that until we got to the counter. And the lady at the counter was like, oh, did you put the marshmallow smell on it? And I'm like, I wish somebody had told me about that, because I totally would have. But what we did do is we put the Ghostbusters song, chip in there or whatever, so okay, now I can't remember where it is. Oh, that's right, it's on this paw. Now we'll see if this gets us a copyright flag. So, of course, he has that sound. And when you put the proton pack on him, he actually makes two sounds. So he has the song, the Ghostbusters song, and then the proton pack makes the proton pack sound. And I think that's actually pretty cool. I wish somehow or rather the button for that sound could have been, so that song goes on forever. I wish somehow or rather that the button could have been here, where it looks like you would actually activate the thing. So we got our wires crossed here a little bit in production, where for whatever reason they had to put the mechanism here. And of course there's a bulge and you can see it, but intuitively you'd want to press here. Not a big deal, but there is a place where you'd think that's where you would be pressing the button. So obviously we gave him his jumpsuit, and I opted with this one not to give him shoes. I could have done that, but I think the feet are cool. He's got the Ghostbusters logo on one side, and the written Ghostbusters logo in the Ghostbusters font on the other side. He is, of course, super adorable. I think it's hilarious that he's based on the ghost face, but he is a Ghostbuster. So this is a walking contradiction. If he were walking, he would be a walking contradiction. He is a ghost, or at least he has a ghost-looking face, and he's a white bear. He looks like a ghost and a Ghostbuster simultaneously. So I guess he's joining the cause, and maybe he's so terrified of his ghost brethren, he's decided to go with Venkman and the rest of them, or the new Ghostbusters, and become a Ghostbuster himself. The proton pack is super cool. I couldn't get out of there without getting the proton pack. And like I said, it makes sounds, and it's kind of difficult to keep on him. It's all Velcro, and the wand connects, can be pulled off and connects to the side of it. I kind of wish that wasn't the case. I kind of wish that was just sewn on, because that tends to come off a lot. I kind of appreciate the ability to detach it, but it does become a little bit problematic. And then you just tie it to his hand with this. See, it's already come off again. You tie it to his hand with this elastic piece here. I think it's totally worth it if you're a big Ghostbusters fan. I think it's super cool. When you put everything together, when you get the skin and the and then you put the jumpsuit on and the sound and the proton pack, I think this was somewhere between $40 and $50, which I kind of think is probably about what it would cost if that was just a bear that you could buy in the store that had all of that. The jumpsuit's cool. It has a real zipper, and you can actually pull that off, and of course, take because we had to put this on him in the first place, because it's technically a custom job, but it's cool that it is an actual functioning zipper, and that you can take the jumpsuit off if you want to. This is what he looks like from the back. These things always have a hole here in case you have a tail in your bear, and that's neat for other animals, but this one does not have a tail. Anyway, I highly recommend this. Again, if you're a big Ghostbusters fan, and it's a lot of fun to go to Build-A-Bear and put these together yourself. Jason helped me put this one together, and they always have you do a birth certificate for your bear. So here was our birth certificate for this one, and Jason decided to name. We said this one belongs to Jason's little brother, who's 19 months old. If you're curious, Freddie. And we got another bear that day, which I won't reveal what the other one was we got, because I'm probably also going to do a video on that. But anyway, this one belongs to Freddie, but I'll let Jason name him, and he named him Peter Frankman. instead of Venkman because when we were playing Lego Dimensions last week, Jason kept referring to, and I think this was actually in the video we made, so some of you might have seen that. He kept referring to Venkman as Frankman, and I kept having to remind him what it really was. And so he decided that it would be funny to name this bear Peter Frankman. I tried to get him to name him Peter Frampton, but he wouldn't go for that. And I thought that would have been great, but Peter Frankman is pretty funny too. Anyway, so that's about all I have to say about it. Here's our bear; he's absolutely adorable. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm sure Lo will appreciate this. Lo, I've co-opted your word. He's adorable. Thanks a lot for watching. Sure appreciate it, folks. And I will see you again shortly for another Objectivity where I am, believe it or not, going to show another Build-A-Bear licensed thing, and you'll just have to wait to see what that is. Thanks a lot for watching. Sure appreciate it, and I will see you next time.